Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Welcome, Sarah. Welcome. There are a
Hollis.
lot of people anticipating your reading today, that's for sure. We got lots of viewers already. And look at this. You got Tracy. Hi, Tracy. It's good to see you. And Wendy. Hey, Wendy. And Dawn Oxford said, "Hi, Sarah. My husband and I would love to hear from his mother." All right,
Hi,
Dawn, we'll see who comes through. And Tammy, been looking forward to this all day.
Hi,
no,
Tammy.
It's very sweet. And Patricia says, "Hey, everyone."
Hi, Patricia.
Welcome, everyone. And look at this. Tracy says that she'd like to hear from her husband today. Well, keep saying those things out loud. Keep typing them in. Sarah will do these readings spirit-led, which means that she'll let the spirits come through and sort of dictate to her who gets the reading and who doesn't. Because she can't do everyone, of course. Well, she can if you book with her. Then it's a lot easier for her to focus in on you. But to do a reading for everyone today would be really hard to do. So she's just doing little mini readings today. And this is sometimes it's a great way to give back to the community. And Nikki says, oh, maybe not. Okay. Wow.
Oh, hi, Nikki.
I'm glad a little hang up there. Yeah, it's a little hiccup. Okay. And Nikki said, "Hi, Sarah. This is my first time watching you. I've been waiting for this all day." Well, we're glad you're here, Nikki. I'm glad you made it. Hey, Tracy. Hi. She says hi to me. And Dawn says she's so excited to watch again. Hi, Eva. It's good to see you again. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Molly. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Chaz.
Hello.
Hi, Chaz. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Kathleen says, "Hi, Sarah. Thank you for doing this."
Hi, Kathleen.
And Missy, "I truly hope to hear from my husband." All right, Missy, we'll see who comes through. Keep saying what your desires are out loud.
Thank you, Tammy.
I always think that wishing for whatever you want out loud or typing it into comments is how you get it. Now, Sarah will just bring through the spirits that come to her, and we'll listen and see if they match, okay? But I feel like the more you say what you want, then your spirit technically is not supposed to read your mind. So if you ever wonder that, they can see everything that you're doing and hear everything that you're saying. So when you do that kind of thing, they do hear and see what you're saying. So then they're like, "Oh, so she's expecting me to come on this live. Let's see if I can learn how to communicate with Sarah." Okay. So Michelle says hello. Hi, Michelle. And Samantha, we're so glad you're here. Molly's from the Philippines. Wow. And everybody's speaking up and saying their hoping to hear from my husband, says Nikki. Chaz says, hoping to hear from my son. Glenda says, hi. Hi, Glenda. And Kathleen, it's appreciated. Would love to hear from my mom if she's in line with all the others. Hi, Divine Androgen. This is the real Divine Androgen. If you didn't see the post in the group recently, there are a lot of moderators and Divine Androgen, for instance, being copycatted. So if someone sends you a message for a reading, I will never do that to you. No legitimate reader on the planet would do that to you. Not just in my group, just in general. Most legitimate readers expect you to come to them. We don't come to you. So just so I'm broadcasting that to everyone that's listening right now, if someone messages you and either offers to remove a spell or a spirit or do a reading for you, mediums never do that. Readers in general, astrology, tarot, none of us ever do that sort of thing. We expect you to come to us. Okay, that's the rule. It's sort of like, it would be like the doctor calling you and saying, hi there, hi, would you like to come in for a checkup? Like that. I guess that does happen sometimes, but most of the time they won't. Okay, they won't call you and ask you about your valve movement. Okay, they expect you to come to them and tell them when there's a problem. Okay, same thing goes with mediums. Same thing goes with psychics, media, astrologers, any kind of coach or anything like that. We're all going to expect you to come from us. Okay, so just so you know.
Linda.
Hi, Linda. And
Oh, thank you.
that's very sweet. Just want everyone to know that Sarah's worth booking with. She helped my family come through a beautiful way. I'll tell you what, there is nothing more priceless than you telling others that you got a good reading from Sarah. And you know why? Because it's one thing for me to say it. It's one thing for Sarah to say it. But for you to say it, Sarah, if you were new and didn't know who was who, and somebody else told you that, then you would be more inspired to get your reading, right? So so there you go.
Yes, I'm from
Sarah,
Canada.
yes, Sarah is from Canada, Chaz. Hi, Kathleen. How you doing? Big love to you. And Glenda is saying, I'd love to hear from my fiance if he comes forward. I've been asking for my husband all day to come through for Sarah tonight. Well, Tracy, I hope he does. Hi, Sarah. Great to see you. Wendy Weisenhunt said, I would love to hear from my mom. She wasn't very strong on this side. She's probably really strong on the other side, though. You know, my dad was blind. And then when he died, he could show me everything. He would make sure I seen everything. It was a really weird experience. Joe Jennifer said, I just want to say hi to my boyfriend is having some issues. Just wondering what will help him from me. Thank you. I'm not sure if you're asking, Joe Jennifer, is your boyfriend alive? He must be. Okay. Hi, Missy.
Oh.
Missy's an old friend of mine. She's actually Missy is actually the first person I ever did a reading for.
Oh,
Way
wow.
back.
Well, I'm honored.
Way
She
back
came
in way back 24 years ago or something like that. I don't know. Make us feel old, Missy. My son is okay. Thanks for asking, Kathleen. He's going to have surgery at the end of the week for the device that will save his life in case he collapses again from the same heart condition that I was diagnosed with. Oh, Dawn, we appreciate you telling others about your readings and that they're good. There's nothing better than word of mouth. And hi, Nikki from Newfoundland. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Gosh,
I'm in Alberta.
Newfoundland's in the west, right? No, it's in the right. It's on the east.
Yes. So I had to do in school, never eat.
Yeah. I'm seeking my father. He passed away, and I wasn't able to tell him I love him. Is he here in spirit? I'm sure he is, Jamie. We'll keep calling him forward. Keep speaking your wishes out loud, and keep speaking your wishes out loud because, okay, so Joe Jennifer, your boyfriend is having some troubles and you're looking for advice. That's probably best that you book a coaching session. That could be really helpful, or a psychic session with Sarah, or something like that. I'm sure that Sarah could probably help you with it. Okay. Dawn is looking to hear from her parents, her mom or dad, but he might have some dementia. Oh, okay. Joe Jennifer saying he might have some dementia. Okay. I'm sorry. That's hard to deal with for sure. See, Missy's, that's true. Yeah. You feel honored. I feel honored that you're still here. You're still my friend after all this time. you put up with me all this time. Okay. Wow. We just have like unending comments here, Sarah. Just like, I mean, seriously, they're just going nuts, and we are climbing in numbers. It is on the East Coast. Joe Jennifer wants to move into Canada with you guys. Thank you so much, Tracy, for supporting me. I so appreciate that. I love having supporters, and thanks, Missy, for your love. I appreciate you, my friend. So, Sarah, why don't you go ahead and you're welcome to give a background and bring any spirits through that you have.
So, firstly, I want to say I am so grateful to each and every one of you for all your kindness, your support. So I'll just like to say a little bit about myself for those of you who are new to the live. So when I was a child, I could hear spirit, but it was more like whispered conversations. You know, being a kid, I didn't really pay too much attention. And then I grew up and again, didn't pay much attention. But on November 26th of 2021, my life was torn to pieces. We caught COVID-19. And my son, my oldest and only son, unfortunately passed away very, very suddenly from complications. He was 20 years old. He was my world. All my kids are, but I had him when I was 15. So we literally grew up together. And I just remember feeling so stuck, and I couldn't picture living my life without him. So for a little while there, I was stuck in this dark place. And then I thought, wait, I'm not ready to say goodbye. I refuse to say goodbye. So I learned how to say hello again. I started off with meditations. I gloriously found Hollis's group. I joined a few of their lives. And then I made the appointment with Hollis, the discovery meeting. So for those of you who are in that same boat, I strongly suggest do that meeting with Hollis. And the one thing that I'm forever grateful for is instead of Hollis turning me away and saying, oh, no, you can't do this. Instead, they told me, you know what, you can. And the best piece of advice, and I will forever pay that forward and tell others, is trust in yourself. Trust in what you see, hear, even if it's a thought. I remember when Hollis told me to say to myself after I received something from my son was to say, I believe you, Sarah. I believe in what you received and what you're feeling. And honestly, at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I can say that. I felt silly, but it helped. And I am forever grateful. Another big shout out that I'd like to give is to Stacy Siegel Brickley. She helped me a lot too. I got to join her online classes. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. And I just kind of went from there. I started out where I just wanted to connect with my son, but then I wanted to connect with other people, not only to actually prove to myself that, hey, it's not just in my head. And then I started learning that, hey, I love being able to help other people connect with their loved ones. I love feeling that love between you and your loved one, because honestly, they are just as excited to come to our meetings. You know, I've had people's mothers come and being like, they're like literally like vibrating, because they're like, that's my baby, that's my baby. Tell her I said hello, tell him I said hello. And it's such a beautiful thing. My son helps me a lot with our readings, so he kind of helps guide your loved ones through. I always like to share a quick picture of him. This is my son. His name's Jonah. So he plays a huge part in my journey as well. He helps all your loved ones come through. And I just want to say thank you, Dawn, and thank you for everyone for your kind words. And Jamie and Linda, it means a lot to me to have you guys acknowledge my loss as well. So I'm here today to take your hand and walk with you, even if it's just for a little bit. So with that, I'm sure if everyone is probably anticipating. Oh, thank you, Tammy. And yes, don't ever give up hope, okay? You know, you don't even have to be a medium giving readings. Tammy, you know your baby. Your baby grew in you. You were a part of him, and he's a part of you. And you'll know when he's near you. So with that, I just would like to start. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. Oh, your daughter. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that as her birthday was December 19th. My son's birthday is December 19th, but I'm sorry. December is a hard month. Oh, thank you, JR. Okay, so I do have a lady stepping forward. She, so how I see her, she's shorter. I would put her maybe about 5'3". She's not very tall, but she's not overly short. I feel like a timidness about her, very polite. How I see her, she has glasses. They're kind of rounder shape, wire frame. She has really curly, dark hair. It comes to her shoulders. How she's showing herself to me, I feel that she might have been late 40s, maybe mid 50s when she passed. She keeps on saying that she was kind of a plain Jane, but honestly, she looks beautiful to me. She just had this naturalness about her. How she is showing me her outfit, so it almost looks like a periwinkle colored t-shirt. She says that she's wearing mom jeans, so I hope that gives a hint that I believe she's someone's mom here. She was known for her cooking, especially soups. She did keep a vegetable garden. Mainly she grew like peas, potatoes, carrots. Like, she keeps saying stuff for my soup. So she is letting me know that I think it was more when she decided to actually start growing her garden. It was later on in life because she keeps on showing me like rabbits in her garden, and she's like trying to shoo them away. Like she's like, oh, she goes, they're so cute, but they're a pest. Would anybody be able to take her so far? So I'm not too sure if this would be like kind of her, hey, this is me. So she keeps on drawing my attention down to her jeans, and I keep seeing her in white running shoes. They almost kind of look like how nurses would wear. Um, I'm seeing, first I thought it was a watch, but it looks like she had one of those medical alert bracelets. That's my mommy here with, I believe, no garden or soup, but everything else.
Did she possibly make other no jeans either? Why do you think what does match, Kathleen? So if a couple of things match, please speak up.
She did wear medical alert bracelet. I'm trying to ask her to like bring it closer so I could actually see, because I know both they have different meanings. Okay.
The only thing that doesn't match for Missy is that it's not the soup. She doesn't make soup. But hey, Missy, did she make other comfort food? Any other kind of comfort food? Did she cook it all?
So I believe that she was a diabetic. The reason I say this because she is showing me the machine where you take the blood. She was a decent cook, yes. But Melissa, did she have diabetes? She's also making me aware of like some pressure in her chest. Almost is kind of like it's kind of hard to breathe. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if this was a medical condition or because she sounds like my mom, but not the garden. Okay. So the feeling that I'm getting from her, because how I said earlier, she was kind of timid. So I really feel that she didn't care too much for being out there in social, because I'm kind of feeling like more like almost like a panicky anxiety. Sounds like my mom, but not the garden, the soup. I'll see. Was your Chaz? Was your mom? Did she have diabetes? She was diabetic. Okay. Would you be able to take if like kind of she didn't like being in the spotlight? So I, as she's standing here, like I kind of see her hands, kind of like she's like, did she do this like rub her hands when she was nervous? So I'm being made aware. I do want to say that I might be with you, Chaz. I know you mentioned earlier Okay.
But Missy said that she was, and she was a good cook. I'm just wondering if like it's possible that you have both spirits on the line, that you have two spirits. Is it possible?
It could be possible because I was just going to mention as well when I was asking Chaz, because I know earlier he mentioned that his son is in spirit. Um, so the lady that I was bringing up, I did see a little boy kind of step from behind her. He looks to be, I want to say, he's not that old. He's 9, 10, 10-ish. He has really beautiful dark brown eyes. His hair is darker. So he's showing me two different styles. Like at times it would be kind of like cut short in a fade, but then he's had it where it was like a little bit more longer. So as he steps from around the lady, he holds her hand. Um, would anybody be able to take the little boy? He is with the lady that stepped forward. The outfit that I see him in, it's a lighter gray sweatshirt. It almost looks like a character on a skateboard, like doing a trick. His pants are jeans, they're a little bit baggier, and he's wearing they're running shoes. So they almost look like they're black with the kind of like suede top, and then around the sole of it, it's like a lighter brown. Could be my son. Did your son wear a silver chain necklace? So I feel that there was like, I want to say almost like a cross, a silver cross, but I only see like the top of the pendant, but it's kind of tucked in his shirt. Would anybody be able to take the boy? Yeah, he's got really. Oh, okay, no sword. So when I look at his eyes, they're almost like they're bigger, almond shaped, beautiful framed lashes, and they're almost like a deep chocolate brown. His features, he had really nice features, cute little nose. When I'm describing him, he's kind of like looking down and he's like, he's kicking the ground. Okay.
Sounds like Chaz kind of didn't remember the pendant, and Molly is the mom. So it sounds like at first Chaz was saying no, there was no silver necklace, but everything else matches up. And then Chaz is saying he used to wear a necklace with Saint Pio on it. And Chaz's wife Molly is saying yes, her boy has a pendant just like that. Okay. So yes, Tracy, I can see all your comments. Yeah, I can see them all. I can see them all, and then I'm the one that's making them appear for Sarah. And just so you know, a couple people asked for readings. Please, they're spirit led. So Sarah's just bringing messages through. Please just listen. And if it matches with someone that you love that's on the other side, then please speak up. Please comment. Okay.
So I do believe that I do have your son with me, because as soon as your comments popped up, he was waving. I hear, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad." Um, he is letting me know that I know that you guys worry about me. I'm okay. Um, does he have a younger sibling? So he's showing me. I see a younger child. I want to put them around like maybe 1, 2 years old. They're just kind of. I see them sitting like on the floor, and there's like some toys, and how I see him, he's kind of crouched down beside them. I do believe that he visits this younger child in as he is now in spirit. The how I can tell this, so how spirit shows me when they make a visitation, is I will see you solid, and but I'll see them, but they kind of make it look like they're a little bit translucent. Um, you ask him often if he's okay, and he just wants to let you know that yes, he's okay. He's with his grandmother and other family members. Do you sometimes hear as if like, so I see a hallway, and it sounds like someone's walking, but there's no one there. Do you guys often hear footprints, like footsteps? Sorry. Okay.
So he does have a younger sister. Just so we can read the comments out loud. Yes, he does have a younger sister, and we're waiting for the confirmation for hearing footsteps.
He was he was really excited to become a big brother. He's showing me when you're pregnant, did he used to like to put his hands on your belly, and it's almost like he was talking to his younger siblings. My daughter says she hears some footprints. Oh, well, just know
So
that
let's
that
say
is
it out
him.
loud. Let's say it nice and loud. My daughter says she hears some footsteps sometimes, because not everybody can read
Oh,
that
yes.
message.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's confirmation. That is, oh, I hear footsteps sometimes. So that is him letting you know that he is still there with you. And Chaz, you say, I personally hear voices sometimes. Trust in yourself. I do feel that your son does try to reach out to you, both, and his family. He was saying, so he shows me that. Do you both often go in his room and sit on his bed and like hold his clothing and smell it? So Maury says, yes, he does that when I was pregnant with his baby sister. Oh, that's so sweet. He's letting me know that he is still very much a big brother, and he says that I will watch her in all her life. He goes, he's pointing to his chest, and he goes, I'm her big brother. So I just want both of you to know that he is very much still around you. And he says, don't worry about me. Did he call you mama sometimes? So I heard, don't worry about me, mama. Oh, Molly, what would you like me to say again?
Probably what you asked before. It's probably right before that, I think.
Oh, okay. So just to recap, I was asking Do you and your husband sometimes go in his room and just, I see you sitting on his bed and just kind of, you take his, like a shirt or like, and just smell it, and sometimes like just, it's almost like I, I'm gonna describe because I do it with my son's room, but it's like you kind of touch his stuff, but you get that, it's almost like being in a holy place, right? He's just acknowledging that he is there when you guys are in his room, and he just wants to say thank you both for giving him the best life. He goes, they were amazing parents to me. Oh, okay. So Chaz, you're praying for his return as a new baby in our family. You know, the one thing that I will say, don't give up that prayer. I do strongly believe in reincarnation. And if there's hope, there's a will, there's a way. And like Hollis mentioned earlier, even about asking your loved ones to join this live, there's nothing wrong with asking your son to join you again. Okay. You know, if you or your wife would ever like to book a private reading, we can definitely go more into details. But I do want
I just want them to know that JR says, "Oh, that makes me cry. Sorry for your loss, Chaz and Maui. Sorry this happened to you." They can't see that comment because it's on YouTube. So I just wanted to bring that through. And
thank
a lot of people are saying it's a beautiful reading. Well done, Sarah.
thank you.
And beautiful reading.
Thank you, everyone. So
Was that his grandmother or something bringing him through? I don't know
I
if the
do
parents
believe that
can.
that was his grandmother. I so earlier when you asked me if there was maybe two spirits together, I did feel like that, two women. But the more when I brought their son through, I got a better image of his grandmother. So I do still see the curly hair, glasses. Her cheeks were a little bit more rounder. She had this kindness about her. Okay.
So
So
Molly said, "I think this is my biological grandma." Chaz says, "Thank you. You're welcome, Chaz." I didn't do it. Sarah did it. Well done, Sarah.
Thank you.
Somebody asked Nebresha, sure, you can ask a question. Go for it. These are spirit-led readings. I'm going to repeat that. This is spirit-led readings. This means that Sarah will bring through details about a spirit, and your job is to speak up and say, hey, that's my grandma, that's my son, that's my husband, whatever, and let us know what matches, and so we can try to match the spirit with the person. And then your job is to continue to validate while Sarah channels any messages from them.
So I just want to thank your son and your grandmother for coming forward. Again, feel free to book a private reading with me. I do have another lady stepping forward. So she's about average height. I would put her maybe about 5'5". Her hair, she kind of kept it in a bob. It's like I was gonna say dirty blonde, but she's calling it straw color blonde. She has a really nice smile. She's thin build. She does wear glasses. Her glasses are more like smaller square shape. And she did have a habit, especially if she was trying to make a point, she would kind of pull them down and rest them here and kind of like look over the frames. So she is also showing me that she was in her later years. So she doesn't seem that old to me, but I would say when she kind of got into like her 40s. I do believe when she passed, she was in her 60s, but she's making me aware in her 40s, I feel that she had a life-changing event happen. She's saying that she got rid of some baggage, and then she shows me a man. So I'm assuming she might have got divorced, but she had to recreate herself. That's what she's telling me. She took out a lot of different hobbies. So at one point, she's saying that she joined. She's marking it off. She's saying, I did the book club thing. I did yoga, running. She said those things stuck with her. She's letting me aware that she did enjoy running quite a bit until she had some issues with her knee. I feel that it might have been an injury that she's letting me know that it was a fall, and it should have, like, she didn't think it would impact her. But it slowed her down. She said that she kind of went from doing the jogging to more of a like brisk walk. So she's also showing me that she had, it looks like a little Yorkie type dog. This dog would have been kind of like her pride and joy. She's showing me her putting like a little bow in its hair, and she kind of took it everywhere with her. She's saying that people used to kind of make fun of her because she went everywhere with this dog. Would anybody be able to take her? She is letting me know as well that she did like to unwind, but so it's kind of cute. I see her sitting on a front porch, and so the chair she's sitting in, it looks like it's a wicker chair. It's painted white, and it would have been like a patio set. I see her there. She has a book with her, and it's really interesting because I see the book, but she's also wearing headphones as if she liked to listen to music. She's letting me know she liked to multitask. I think this is her way of letting me know she multitasks. So not only did she enjoy a glass of red wine, but she would also have like a cup of tea with her as well. And she's saying that she could not start her day without her Java. So morning coffee was a big thing. Would anybody be able to take her? Okay. She is also letting me know that I do believe she was a mother figure, and she was very involved with her kids when they were younger. So elementary age, she's showing me she volunteered a lot. She's kind of bringing one memory more clear. I believe that it was like a school-based carnival. I see her at a booth, and she's making candied apples and caramel apples. So I see her dipping them and then putting them on the side. Okay, Stephanie.
So
So Stephanie,
Stephanie said, go ahead.
oh, kind of sounds like my aunt, but not sure. Okay, Stephanie. So I'll just if you could tell me what you resonated with, like what sounds like your aunt. She is making me aware that she keeps on holding up two fingers, and then I see a boy and a girl. I want to say that the girl is older than the boy, but not by a great deal. I think maybe about a year and a half apart. So both of the children have the same color hair as her. The how she's showing me the girl again, she's sticking with the memory of like the school carnival. I see the little girl. Her hair is a little bit longer to her shoulders and it's a little bit curled, and she has a pink bow in her hair. And she's in this it's a pink t-shirt. I see Care Bears on the front and a pink skirt. And the little boy, his hair is kept shorter. I see him wearing so on his t-shirt I see the Power Rangers. Sorry, and he's wearing red shorts. Would anyone be able to resonate? I do feel that these kids, like, they're older now. I would place them in their mid to late 20s. I feel that the daughter is almost like she's just coming at the end of her 20s, maybe early 30s. She didn't have kids. That's the thing is throwing me off. But she worked at a school and had same type of hair. Okay. Stephanie, if you don't mind me asking, was your aunt like really involved like in your life? Sorry, I'm just going to see if she can give me anything else. So her energy, she was kind of really on the go all the time. She's telling me that she always heard that same. She says that same old line. People were like, "Where do you get your energy?" And okay,
So it sounds like she was close to her aunt. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Stephanie has kids. Maybe her aunt was acknowledging her kids. Is that possible?
that's very possible.
Is that what you were thinking, Sarah?
I was thinking that because she was showing me these kids, but at the same time, I didn't feel that how I would feel with another mom, that maternal. But she did let me know that she does care about these kids. So again, I just want to mention again because she's kind of she's letting
So
me know
she is
that
saying she
okay.
did just say sounded like my brother and I when we were kids.
Okay, and if you don't mind me asking, Stephanie, um, your guys' age range, are you guys kind of starting to go into your 30s? So I do feel that I am with Stephanie. Stephanie, would you understand? Because your aunt, and did you have that relationship where you would go to her? You guys share, like, she was your confidant. When I do feel that you were close with your mother as well, but you were able to go and talk to your aunt when some things just were harder to talk to your mom. She's just letting me know. She just wants you to know that, she's still there for you. She hears you. She says you can still tell me your secrets. I'll keep them. Would you understand? So she's showing me her. It's like she kind of pinches the tip of your nose, and then she does this like little light pinch to your cheek. It was like kind of her way of. I feel like, especially after those conversations where you confided in her, I just see her kind of going like, "It's okay." Oh,
Yeah, she does say something here. There you go. Okay, I'm later 30s and my brother has passed and turned 40.
I'm sorry about your brother.
And then she says yes. So,
Okay.
yes to that.
So
Yep.
your aunt just wants you to know that she is still very much around you. She hears you. She is showing me her putting her arms around you. She says, I do give her hugs when she needs it. I wish she could feel me, but I hope she knows in her heart that I'm very much with her. And she's just sending you so much of her love. She is mentioning to me that for you to trust yourself more. And she's saying for you to don't be afraid to set boundaries and tell people no. So I'm not too sure if that's been kind of a hard thing for you to do, but she's saying, I know she can do it. She has it in her. That is her advice. She's just saying, don't let she's saying don't let anyone try to steer you away from what you originally want to do. So with that, she is blowing you a kiss. And she's just saying bye bye for now, but it's not bye forever. I want to thank her for stepping forward. I do have a younger gentleman stepping forward. He wasn't that old when he passed. He was in his later 30, I would put later 30s, maybe mid 40s. He has thin, dark brown hair. So it was starting, he's showing me his hair was starting to recede more. And he's mentioning, he goes, he's like, it's kind of like my dad's was going. He's saying it really bothered him about his hair because he's like kind of mucking with it, trying to make it look good. how I see him, he has a mustache, so it goes down and it connects into a goatee. This part was he would keep it shaved. Uh, how I'm seeing him, he's wearing black jogging pants and a gray t-shirt. I do feel that one of his things that he did like to do and was jogging. I think that's a theme today. So he's showing me him kind of leaning against a wall and he's like doing his stretches first. I do feel that music was a big thing for him. So I see him with his like iPods in, and before he takes off running, I see him with his phone. I'm assuming that he's putting music on. Uh, he is saying that he was trying to take good care of himself. I do feel that he might have been a smoker, but I feel that he kind of had a health scare, so he was trying to quit. He's showing me packs of gum, and he goes, "I went through a lot of these," and he goes, "But he's like, at least my breath was minty." He does show me him kind of sitting there and lifting some weights as well. Would anybody be able to take him? His eyes are brown. His average build, like he was starting to like work up on getting some muscle tone. He said that he was feeling really proud of himself. I do feel that his passing was sudden, though. Um, I do feel so. He's making me aware that when he was younger, he kind of didn't really do that. He said, I didn't do the health food thing. But I feel that when he was getting into his later 30s, 40 ish, so he's showing me him making smoothies. And it's funny because I see him, I honestly feel that he didn't really know what he was doing with the smoothies at first. So I I feel that this is a memory that maybe he talked about and people laughed about, because so I see him at the blender and he's got his bananas and strawberries, but then I see him throw broccoli in the smoothie. He said it was disgusting, but he finally figured out how to make a proper one that wasn't. Would anybody be able to take him? I keep on I normally don't get names, but I do keep on kind of hearing it sounds like an M, like Mark or Mike. His personality, he is really easygoing, kind of like he liked to joke around. I do feel that he did like the superheroes, and he might have had a collection of comic books. He is mentioning Marvel as well. So uh so I'm laughing because he's mentioning that new Deadpool and Wolverine movie coming out, and he's like, of course they'd bring it out now, like he sounds like my brother now also. Okay. Stephanie says he sounds like my brother now also. Stephanie, did your brother, was he into, oh, Stephanie really does sound like him, but he didn't jog. I feel that I'm not saying that he was an average, it was like his daily thing, but he tried it out. Was your brother trying to kind of do the health thing? he does have a great sense of humor. So when he was kind of like going on about the whole new Deadpool and Wolverine thing, and then he was like, and name didn't start with an M. Oh, Stephanie. So I wasn't saying his name. He was just mentioning it, a name. Sometimes when spirits try to tell me their name, they'll like point to themselves. So I really hope that you can take this personality, or someone could, because when I did that, he's kind of making fun of me. He's like, "You Jane, I Tarzan." So he was kind of a jokester comedian. Would anyone else be able to take this gentleman? Okay, so Stephanie says he was always so funny on anything too. Stephanie, could you? Oh, Nikki. So Stephanie, if you could just let me know what else resonated with you. And Nikita says I came in late, but it almost sounds okay. Oh my god, so much. So Stephanie says, laugh aloud, OMG, so my brother. So, Stephanie, was your brother really into like the superheroes, and he kind of like that action comedy type movies? So he is showing me, I do see him sitting on a couch getting ready to watch a movie. I do see someone beside him, and if so, he's showing me one of his pet peeves would have been if you were to go sit and watch a movie with him, like he wanted you to be engaged. So if he saw you on your cell phone or something, he's showing me he has a bowl of popcorn and he's showing me him like tossing it at the person who is on their phone. And I just hear, well, yeah, they're missing all the best parts. That sounds like my brother. Some of it he passed at 39, thinning hair and mustache. Okay, Michelle says that sounds like my brother. Some of it he passed at 39, thinning hair and mustache. Okay, so I'm just going to recap for everyone. And so when I recap, whoever can resonate with it the most, I'll just see who we're drawn to. So he was about average height. I want to say he wasn't that tall, so like 5'11", 5'12" ish. He was trying to get healthy. I do feel that he smoked for a period in his life, gave it up because I do feel that there was a medical scare. I feel it had something to do with his lungs that was just enough that he was like, okay, I need to change things. So he took up chewing gum as a substitute. He was making me aware of, he did try jogging. He at one point tried to do more of the healthy eating. So he tried smoothies, like protein smoothies and that. He made me aware, and I just felt that this was a memory that would stick out. So one of his first smoothies, it turned out horrible. So he's showing me bananas, strawberries, the good stuff. I see it looks like either kale or spinach, but then I see him plop broccoli in there. And he said, yeah, that was a bad idea. How he was showing me, he was wearing black jogging pants. or trainers, and a gray t-shirt. His hair was, it's dark, it's shorter, it's kind of thinning, and he had kind of a receding hairline this way. He was kind of self-conscious about it. He has a mustache, and it kind of goes from here and it connects into a goatee, but on the sides were clean shaven. He did try lifting weights, so he was like showing me, he's like, yeah, I got some muscle. So he's like tapping it like this. He did really enjoy like superheroes. I hear Marvel. He may have had a comic book collection, whether he carried that on into his adulthood, but I feel at some point in his life he did collect comics. Let me see. Where were we? Oh, and he was really bummed out about, well, I told him that he can still very much go and watch Deadpool versus Wolverine, because he was like saying, he's like, they brought that out. I do feel his passing was sudden. So Michelle, he smoked right before he passed. He was trying to quit. He wore joggers. Okay, Michelle. Would
It sounds
you
like it might be Michelle, because almost
Yeah.
everything matches, including the picture is me and him, she said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't really see.
I guess
But
that's her profile picture, I guess she's referring to.
okay. Some of it, yes. Deadpool. We always would text each other. Okay. Um, yeah, he's like nodding. He's like, yeah. So I do feel I'm with Michelle.
That's my brother. He liked to joke and annoy me all the time. Yeah, it sounds like it was. I'm sorry, it got lost in another silly issue, stupid thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he smoked right before he passed. He was trying to quit. He wore joggers. Okay, Michelle. So the one thing that he's saying right now, and I find this really sweet and cute, he's saying, hey, sis, you want to go to the movies? And he's like, literally, he's like, that's how I see him. Would you understand? So he's showing me, did he kind of like to sometimes just come up to you, and he did it since you guys were kids, and poke you, whether it be in your shoulder or in your ribs? And just to get, like, he says that he's like, I like to just bug her. I like to just get a rile out of her. But he was really protective of you as well. I feel that both of you had a really good relationship and were protective of each other. He is saying, because he's referring to the movie again, he goes, if you buy the tickets, I'll buy the popcorn. Ha ha ha. So he does have a really good sense of humor. Was he your older brother?
Yes, to the profile, she said yes, he did that all the time, and we were very, very close.
So he's just letting you know that he's bringing up, when he passed, did you have a moment of, he's saying that, he goes, it was silly and weird. Of course, I'm still always your brother. But did you have that moment of, like, not saying that, oh no, I'm not his sister anymore, but, and I think we all have that moment when our loved one passed, but who are we? And just that lost feeling. He's showing me him putting his arm around you, and how I see, how I described earlier, I see you solid and him slightly translucent, but he puts his arm around you and says, we're together forever. I'll always be your brother. You'll always be my sister. Oh, okay. So he's saying the word little big brother. He's just saying that you were the best sister for him. He couldn't have asked for anyone better. He goes, she probably won't believe me because he's saying that sounds so cliche, but you were his, not, I want to say everything, but when I was going to say that, he's like, don't be weird. Um, but he is saying that, you guys were thick as thieves. And he hears you all the time. He goes, let her know I still hear her, his words. He goes, I still hear her yammering. And he kind of laughs, like, he liked to joke. I feel that he wasn't really great with showing his emotions. So when things got a little bit too emotional, touchy-feely, he kind of would make jokes. So Michelle says, yes, still lost without him. We was each other's rocks. I did say I don't know what I'm going to do without him. So Michelle, first I want to say on my own behalf is that I am so sorry that you feel that way. Your brother is saying that, well, I'm still very much around and you can't get rid of me that easy. Did you, so he is making me aware that, was it you that kept on hounding him to quit smoking? Michelle, I still yell at him for leaving me. He says, I still hear you. He said that he didn't mean to leave you. That wasn't part of the plan. He just says, things happen, but he goes, even though I'm not physically here anymore, I'm still very much here. He goes, sis, please trust me. I never meant to make you sad. He goes, I still very much hear you when you talk to me. He goes, that's why I was asking her if she would go to the movies with me. He's just asking me. He goes, is that silly to ask? Michelle says, yes. And I constantly was telling him to go get checked out. He is admitting that he should have listened to you sooner. He was slightly an optimistic person as well, because he's just mentioning, he goes, tell her this. I promise her next time around, I'll listen to her all the time, 100%. Okay? And he's like, okay. He does love you very, very much. And he's just saying that, I know, he says that he knows that it's easier for you to still feel anger towards him, because then that anger kind of keeps the sad away. Like, you're still sad, but it's like a fuel. He said, no matter what you feel for me, I know you always love me and I always love you. And he knows that you would do anything for him, Michelle. He is sending you so much love. And he just wants you to know that he does hear you when you talk to him. So he says, please don't stop talking to me. I hear you. He tries to send you signs. He said he's still working them out. Michelle, if you ever feel drawn to wanting a more private reading, do feel free to click on my link, book a time, and we can definitely do a more private, in-depth reading. And that's for anyone who is ever interested. So that I'm just going to thank him for stepping forward. So I do have another gentleman stepping forward. Um, he's showing me he's in a brown suit. He's got a tie on, a white dress shirt. He does wear glasses as well. His are wire framed, and he has almost like it's a light brown hair, and it has like it's not curly, but it looks like it has some curl to it if you were to let it grow. He kept it short. He has really kind eyes. His eyes are a blue. When he smiles, you could see he's got dimples. I would, how he's showing me, I would put him possibly in his 50s when he passed. I do feel that he was married. I see a gold wedding band. He is showing me that he's carrying books with him. His suit, it's kind of like a tweed color brown. He's showing me he wore it with like dress shoes. They're black and they're shiny. Oh, so Michelle just says, I will book with you very soon. Thank you. I needed that tonight. You're welcome, Michelle. You're very welcome. Thank you. So this gentleman that is stepping forward, he almost like how I hear him, he almost has a bit of like a British accent. He was very soft spoken, well mannered. He's showing me that with his glasses, he kind of had a habit of when if they'd fall down, he'd push them up like with the bridge of the glasses. Um, he's showing me that I feel that this was a gift given to him. It's a watch with a gold band, and the face of the watch, it's it's a really pretty blue. Would anybody be able to take him? Okay, let's just see if he has any other evidence or even a quick message. So he's also showing me that he did have a dog. I believe it was a German Shepherd breed. So he is showing me that he took a lot of time training this dog, and the dog would literally bring him things that he asked for. So he's showing me um, this dog picking up a book and bringing it to him, and then I see like a ball. This dog he had was very, very smart. Would anybody be able to take him? Okay, I'm just going to ask him to step back and see if anyone else would like to step forward. So I do have a younger girl stepping forward. She looks to be maybe 18 to 19 years old. She's about average height. I would put her maybe like 5'6". She was petite build. So she had brown hair. It was longer. It came just below her shoulder. She had a really, really beautiful smile. When she smiled, it just lit up her whole face. She, she is letting me aware that she was really good with young children. I feel that, she babysat. I do feel that maybe even at one point, so she's showing me, like, it looks like it's summer, and I see her. I feel that she might have worked or volunteered at a daycare at some point, because I see her coming in and she has her backpack and she kind of has it on one shoulder, and she goes into the building and she puts it down, like hangs her backpack and that up, and then I see all these like little kids. They look like preschool age, and they're like, hi. um she has just a really kindness about her. She is very polite, good in school. um, she was also she had a really good talent for singing. I feel that she might have entered some um, competitions when it came to singing. So I see her on a stage. Um, she had a habit, especially when she was nervous, she would like tuck her hair behind her ears. She was just letting me know that her first time performing in front of people, it was terrifying. She said that her mother told her to picture everyone in their underwear. And then she said that she tried, but that terrified her more. Would anybody be able to take her? She's just letting me aware that she was a big fan of like Ed Sheeran music. She liked Kathy Perry and Lady Gaga. She also did enjoy classical music. She is showing me that she knew how to play the piano. I feel that that was something that she was taught from when she was younger. Can anyone take her?
So Tammy asked who came in just before the girl. I think it was a young man. Is that true, Sarah?
So just before the girl, it was another. He was an older gentleman. I want to put him in his like mid-50s.
Oh, okay, it's an older guy.
Okay.
She was asking about her son. I doubt her son was in her. I mean, maybe, but I'm just
Yeah.
guessing.
This gentleman before, he very soft spoken. I kind of got almost like a little bit of a British accent to him. His hair was a lighter brown. It looked a little bit curly on top, but he kept it short. He wore glasses. They were wire framed. He had a habit of like, he would either like push him up like this or like that on his bridge of his nose. I do feel that he did like to read books a lot. He had a German Shepherd that he spent a lot of time training. So this dog was very smart, would bring him, he just have to point. So he was showing me this dog would bring him his book or, just anything. It was very, very well behaved. The suit that he was wearing, I really got this like prim and properness about him. So for him wearing a suit every day, it wasn't like it was a common thing for him. Um, and then, sorry, I'm just, so when he smiled, he did have like dimples on either side.
So if any of these things match, the idea is that you comment and let us know. Sarah's doing spirit led, and we're just about finished up for the night. Sarah's bringing through two spirits here. This man and a young girl, it sounded like. So
Yes.
if these match with you, you should speak up, you should comment. Otherwise, we're going to just let it go and move on.
I do feel that he was married. He was showing me a gold wedding band. He made me aware. I feel that the watch that he was wearing was a gift to him. It was gold band. The face of the watch, it was like a really pretty, almost like a pearlized deep blue. The younger girl, I want to put her between, she was really young. She was like maybe 18, 19 at the most. She's really pretty. Her hair was like come down a little bit below her shoulders. It was straight, but then it had like a curl to it. She was good with children. I feel that she might have volunteered or even worked at a daycare at some point. I did see her walk into this building. She puts her backpack up, and then I see like all these little preschoolers, and they're like, "Oh, it's you!" Like, hi, and she just had this beautiful smile. So when she smiled, her whole face lit up. Like she just had this kindness about her. She had a talent for singing. She mentioned that her mother, the first time where she was really nervous, mentioned for her to imagine everyone in their underwear. And then she said that she tried, but that made her more nervous. So she did like to listen to like Ed Sheeran. She said she liked Katy Perry. Taylor Swift was all right. She did let me know that she liked some classical music. I feel that she did play piano, but she was taught piano at a very young age. Both of them are just saying that to their loved ones, if you are here, that yes, they're safe. Yes, they still hear you. The girl said no. She specifically says, "No, Mom, I wasn't scared for me, but I was worried about you."
Well, it could be for somebody that's going to watch a little bit later, Sarah. Sometimes spirits know when things are going to happen. You just never know. I've seen that happen before on a different live with somebody else. They commented later they were watching it. So, so so isn't that interesting when that happens? Almost as if spirits like, oh, my person's going to come. Anyway, you can book with Sarah at any time. You can book a private reading with Sarah. Her link's in the comments there. So, it's up in the post as well. And it's obviously right up there above Sarah's head. And at Psychic Insights, we'd like to help you feel safe so you're not getting scammed. There's several psychics that all work there. And so how are you feeling, Sarah?
Starting to feel a little bit tired.
I bet you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a medium myself, and I happen to know that after about an hour, and you're still what I would call a young medium,
Yeah.
And it takes some time to get some stamina. If I do like 2 hours, man, 2-3 hours I'm spent, and I'm a very seasoned medium. So, um so you're at 90 minutes, and I know for me that would be a lot. So that would be a whole lot. It exhausts you. That's why it's fair to pay for a medium reading, because when you do a meeting, if you do an hour reading with one person, it's a little less draining than doing these lives. Um, but it's still pretty exhausting. And, like most of the time, most of us need like half an hour to an hour. We take a break. We can't do back to back readings. We have to take care of ourselves every day. We have to like do yoga or take a walk outside. Uh, it's just a lot. And then plus, you guys have suffered trauma. When someone dies, that's trauma. And we're experiencing secondary trauma through your experience. And it's really an exhausting experience for everyone. And it's okay, but paying for your reading is fairness. It's energetic fairness. It would be like asking the plumber to come in and fix a pipe for free. So, you wouldn't dream of doing that. Nobody here would dream of doing that. Most people would be like, just pay the plumber. We have to keep the water from leaking everywhere, or unclog the sink or whatever, right? It's sort of the same thing. So, I hope that you enjoyed this evening.
And I just want to say to everyone, like, I do appreciate.
Go ahead.
Oh, it was just weird to just time lapse there for a second. But I just want to tell everyone, I appreciate each and every one of you so much for taking this time to come to this live and for booking. I know it doesn't really matter, but I like to tell everyone, with each of your booking, I've been putting the money aside to get a headstone for my son. So you're helping me so much. And also, I love connecting you with your loved ones. It's a great honor. And I love, even for some people that are like skeptical, I love giving you those messages and being like, no, don't worry. They're living just in a different way now. Kathleen, Thank you so much. Big love to you both. Oh, thank you. Yes, she says, Sarah, you're amazing. I'll be booking in the future. Thank you, Kathleen. And that means so much to me. And JR says, thank you. Good night. Good night, JR.
Thanks, Kathleen.
All this is amazing.
Okay. Thanks. It's okay. You're welcome, and thank you so much. Big love to all of you. Yes. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy. I wonder if your husband wants a private reading. Maybe he has something to tell you that's private. That's the other thing I always like to say. If you've been trying to catch lives and you're not getting a free reading, I just want to suggest that Spirit might be wanting you to get a private reading for some reason. Sometimes I think it's either because they have something private they want to say, they don't want to embarrass you. Sometimes I think it's because they want to spend a little bit more time with you than just 5 minutes here in a mini reading. And sometimes I think it might be because they want you to be energetically fair, because energetically it's fair if you get a free reading from someone that you definitely at least write a review in the group, but you should also pay for it. I mean, like, energetically, from just like anything you get from someone else, you should always pay in return in some way, whether it be money or in a review or something like that. Always and forever. That should be always your rule. So just saying that. You're welcome, Chaz.
You're welcome.
And Molly. Good night, Grandma. Maybe you'll catch us next time. There's another one tomorrow with Mama Cole. And Kathleen says, I've had a reading with you already. You're amazing too, though. Don't forget it. That's awesome. Yes, Kathleen. Yes. Oh, I think he does, Hollis. Yeah, I'm telling you, Tracy, he might just have something private. I think they don't know what the medium will know, and they don't want something presented that's pretty private. Exactly, especially if there's
Yeah.
a real private message. Bob Robert, there was a female that came through a little bit earlier, a young girl. What time I work tomorrow? I think it's at 1:30 in the at 1:30 Mountain Time, so that's 3:30 Eastern Time. Okay.
Um, yes, it's, a lot of times before I actually started giving readings, I would join on lives, just like everyone else, hoping for my son to come through. And it was actually Stacy that I was joined one of her lives, and he came through for a very short moment. And she messaged me after, and she offered me a reading because my son told her that he didn't want to be a dog and pony show. He said that he didn't want to perform for people. And that's just my son's personality. But I get where Hollis was saying that sometimes they just want that private, it's intimate for them just as it's intimate for us.
Yeah, because now we're all talking about him.
Right?
They can hear and see what you're saying. So Tracy says he's a funny guy, Sarah. You'll like him.
Oh, I can't
Linda
wait.
says that she'll be booking with you soon, Sarah. At least you guys know that Sarah's not a scammer, okay? Sarah's not one of those people messaging you. If a reader ever messages you directly and offers you a reading without any prior conversation, even if they're copycatting me or Sarah or Eve, there's lots of copycats out there. There's a copycat, I think, for me, Eve, the moderator. There's a copycat for Divine Androgen, and there's a copycat for Jasmine Greenfield. Okay, so please be very careful. If a reader messages you first, do not follow it. We will never do that. No reader in their right mind will ever do that to you. Okay, ever, 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 ever.
That's true.
Even if they're not in this group, even if they're just it's generally the way it works.
And
We expect you to come to us. We're too
right?
lazy to come message you. We don't have enough energy for that.
I just want to say too, because I heard of this happening a lot, is the one thing that scammers like to say, they do it by fear base. So if someone comes to you and says your loved one is trapped and you need to send money for a spell, no, they're not trapped. They're not. So, and I hate that when people do that. When I first joined the group, I read something that a mom like me, some scammer literally told her that her son was in pain and trapped, and that is just wrong. We would never do that to you. And I just want to let everyone know that your loved ones are fine. They are living their best. And this might sound strange to some, because when I say living, we think physical. But right now they're living their best selves. And they just want us to try to live our best selves until we're connected again. Like, we're always connected. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, it's not you. Actually, looks like there's a weird looks like someone's spoofed someone. I gotta go hunt down another hacker. Mostly they're just so you guys just be sure that you're being careful. Don't that person that just asked, it looks like Kathleen. Oh, you're impersonating the scammers. Don't do that, Kathleen. Don't do that. I almost booted you out of here. I was like, what? I know, Dawn, that's what I thought. I thought Kathleen had been impersonated or something. I was about to go hunt it down. Good job, Kathleen. That is what they say. So bad that she did that so well, I thought she was a hacker. I was like, man, I've had enough of that. JR did ask a question from YouTube. They said, do you ever get spirits to come through right when you sign off of YouTube or Facebook? I don't. I usually don't because I'm too tired.
I've learned my lesson. The first live I did, I thought, ooh, I'm superpowers. But no, I learned my lesson because it kind of put me on my butt for the next day.
Yeah, you have to be kind of careful with that kind of thing. Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Thank
everybody,
you.
please take time to book a reading. Like I said, it's always the right thing to do. It's not always, getting free readings is not always, what you think it is. Um, you're seeing it as you're saving $50 or whatever it is, and it's if you did get a free reading, consider putting a review up in the group for Sarah, because energetically, that's what you should always do. You should always put a review in the group at the very least to help build or make referrals for her, tell your friends, things like that, because it's just I don't know. Anytime I've gotten a reading, I always try to give back. Okay. So just saying, find a way to make it good for that person. Okay. Anyway, good night for everyone. And I hope you have a grand night. And remember, you can just book with Sarah. The link is in the comments. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.